Miltown's Best video.
Well, hello there, everybody. It's me. It's Supa Dave Teschendorf, and you're watching Miltown's Best. And today, we're going to talk about good old Def Noodles. I don't know how many of you guys know who Def Noodles is, but he's a pretty big personality here on the internet. And this is Def, for those of you who don't know. He covers a lot of online drama, and I'm just gonna be honest here. Lately, his career has went downhill, and I mean downhill in a very fast way. If we just look at his social blade, look at these statistics, guys. While he still has a B rating, this is his main YouTube channel. Over almost 1,500 uploads rather, and he's down to 526,000 subscribers. And look at this loss of subscribers he had. It was drastic. You can just see, you know, oh man, it's so bad. And you can see the loss of views just going down. His videos, look at this. The estimated earnings on his videos are as low as $15 for one of his videos. Look at this dip he had. It's crazy. Monthly gain video views. You know, he's not gaining, he's losing. It's sad. And I was such a huge fan. I am a huge fan of Def Noodles. And you have to ask yourself, why is this man's numbers slipping so drastically? Normally a man's numbers don't go like that. Normally a man's numbers stay stable. And when you ask yourself, why are these numbers so darn low? You type it in on Google, an article comes up, the Centennial. I'm going to take it to AI Snoop and let him read it for us.
The rise and fall of Def Noodles, a breakout. Def Noodles has become a staple for posting quick breakdowns of all the internet drama, helping cover significant stories and racking up over 560 subscribers on YouTube and 130 followers on Twitter. Dennis Fatosa, the account's creator, has built an empire as an influencer watcher of the account. But after...
That's so true. That's how I knew him. He would break down the internet's drama. And he was making amazing videos, amazing friends. And here we go. Now we're going to get into the backlash. And there was a lot of it.
But after facing backlash for inaccurate reporting and an increasing tendency to act defensive, the days when Def Noodles was universally trusted seem to be behind us.
That's it in a nutshell. That's basically it. He was known for giving inaccuracies in his reporting. And he was very defensive in several instances, which I'm going to talk about. Very defensive. You would just say one thing about his work. Kavos, there's a YouTube creator named Kavos who just gave an honest review of his channel and honestly obliterated his channel.
Def Noodles, whatever his name is.
What?
Instantly better. Yeah, man. Like, fuck this guy.
Yo.
Fuck this morose-looking motherfucker.
Okay, well that just hurt my feelings. I honestly, I don't know what I did. This guy would just be like that.
And Def Noodles said he felt like quitting after that. Now I can relate to that. We all know how I feel when it comes to stuff like that, bad comments and unfair criticism. But because of his ability to get so defensive and the inaccuracy, people started, that was the start of it. That's what got the ball rolling. But as we continue on with this story here, should we let AI read some more? Let Snoop read some more.
Faces mounting criticism from internet users and commentary channels. Many Def Noodles enthusiasts are left questioning whether we are witnessing Dennis' fall from grace. For Dennis, this newfound influence culminated during the James Charles grooming scandal in 2021, cited by numerous journalists and mainstream media outlets. Dennis compiled a thread of the allegations against James, many of which the beauty influencer maintains are false. Nevertheless, this was the thread that James addressed in his apology video, showing that Def Noodles' work made a significant impact in holding the influencer accountable. Def Noodles single-handedly drove the James Charles sexting scandal by being the only news source to publish all the different TikTok accusations before they were taken down. So whether you like...
Yeah, I feel like Def Noodles definitely stirred the pot with the whole James Charles. And he became relatively well known from calling out guys like James Charles and others. It's insane when you think about how far a man has came So I guess, yes, this all started with the James Charles, him calling out James Charles. But James Charles wasn't the only person that Def felt the need to call out. He was always calling out Keemstar. Now, Keemstar is another box of worms all on his own that we'll get to another day. But when Def called out Keemstar, it was pretty rough, and it was ongoing for months. It was absolutely insanity, and I believe this article even talks about Def Noodles versus Keemstar. So let's see what they had to say on that.
For commentating depending on who you ask. Dennis quickly became a polarizing figure in the YouTube T community. Drama channels, most notably Keemstar, have called out Dennis for his reporting style and sharing stories that have been proven to be false. In a recent video titled, "The Disgusting Downfall of Def Noodles Iceberg Explained," commentary YouTuber PAIGE CHRISTIE breaks down the drama between Keemstar and Def Noodles after the James Charles saga.
That was an absolutely amazing video. I have to give PAIGE CHRISTIE props whenever I can. She's an amazing video maker, amazing researcher. She does her job correctly, and she's got the subscribers to show for it. So please, guys, give a subscribe to PAIGE CHRISTIE. Check out her channel. You won't be disappointed. But, like, she even had to make a video covering this man's problems with Keemstar. So Def Noodles and Keemstar go at it non-stop, and it's culminating in a lawsuit. Let's see if this report covers that.
With the two creators publicly going back and forth online, the feud came to a head in July 2021 when Def Noodles suspended on Twitter for 1 year. Dennis went on to allege that Keemstar was behind the ban. With the Keemstar x Def Noodles saga.
Now, I can attest to that. I was a fan of Def during this whole time, and he was in every video calling out Keemstar, making accusations that the reason he's banned from Twitter, this was all because of Keemstar. Nobody else. It couldn't have been his actions or the fact that he was doing unfair, I should just say biased reporting. He was making up news in some instances. It was crazy. So Keemstar, if you know anything about Keemstar, doesn't like to let that slide. It was going on and on. Let's let this article carry on here.
However, did not stop there. Dennis has since announced that he is suing Keemstar for defamation. Nearly 1 year ago, Keemstar knowingly published false and defamatory allegations against me. He claimed I groomed numerous underage girls he shared in a YouTube video posted in May this year. These allegations have caused great harm against me socially and professionally. I'm now suing him to clear my name of these false allegations and to hold him accountable for knowingly making false accusations.
That's some heavy stuff. I didn't know it went that deep. You know, you hear that he's suing them, and one has to wonder, like, how much truth is there to these rumors? I didn't know it went that deep. So, wow, I didn't see any evidence of that either, mind you. I didn't think Keemstar ever put that stuff out there. But maybe, I mean, you don't take somebody to court without some kind of evidence, right? And I know everybody's so quick to pile on Def Noodles, and that's not what this video is. This video is just to explain how we got to this point with Def Noodles, and he made an apology video, which is what we're going to be getting to at the end of this thing. But what I want to address is how he got there. So the first thing is him and Keemstar. That is very serious. That is, you know, that's above this whole James Charles accusation stuff. That's simply what helped Def get to the stardom he got. But now that he's at the peak, this is where it all starts crumbling down. And Keemstar is the main culprit at this. Keemstar was the first person that allowed Def Noodles to show the bad side of himself. A lot of us don't like to show that darker side of us, or that pettier side, and I feel like Keemstar is so good at bringing that out of Dennis, and helped put Def is to where he is right now. So I'm gonna go back to this interview and let AI Snoop read just a little bit more of it, and then we'll go to the next reason, the next controversy, so to speak.
Papa Gut drama, but Keemstar isn't the only creator that has criticized Def.
Okay, I guess it just hopped right into it for me. The next thing was the Papa Gut drama. Do you guys remember Papa Gut? I mean, everybody should know Papa Gut. If you're an online fan here, if you're in the online commentary community, the T community, Papa Gut is a middle-aged man who gives very base takes. I mean, he has a few out there kind of takes, and don't let him fool you. He is not without controversy himself. He is a man after all. But Papa Gut and Dennis, Def Noodles, got into a real heated argument, and it was in a debate. And I forgot all about this, so thank this article right here, the Centennial article reminded me of another controversy that wasn't even going to make it in this video. So let's talk about the Papa Gut drama. Take it away here, AI.
Noodles. In February this year, Dennis found himself in the center of controversy after debating fellow commentary creator Papa Gut. Hopping on Zoom to discuss gaming streamer Killick's vulgar comments about the B family's 15-year-old daughter, Gabriella Burgos, Dennis faced backlash for how he portrayed his channel and handled the conversation. Throughout,
Yeah, why is there so much pedophile talk in the commentary and space? Everybody's calling everybody a pedo, and it's a bit shocking. Wow. Yeah, this whole I forgot all about this. Dennis looked really bad at the end of this debate, and it was awkward. He kept saying he didn't have time to debate him, and then he wouldn't leave the chat. It was real awkward, and I'm not sure if he gave a full apology for that video or not, but something tells me he did apologize for how he treated Papa Gut. Wow, I forgot all about this. Finish it up, AI.
Off the debate, Dennis repeatedly referred to himself as a comedy channel or comedian rather than an influencer watchdog account for most of his viewers.
Yeah, he sure. That's when the whole "I'm a comedy" channel came about. Everybody thought Def Noodles Dennis was a news channel, and this is when he started dropping the whole "I'm a comedy" channel bit. I forgot all about this. Papa Gut, that was a good time. I bet you your AdSense really reflected that whole beef with Def. Everybody seems to be cashing in off the guy and hating on him so hard right now, but without this guy's mess-ups and his freakouts on the internet, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be getting paychecks. But let's let this article play out.
It comes second to reporting, especially when it comes to holding creators accountable. Upon his long-awaited return to Twitter, Dennis claimed that he made Papa Gut famous and that he looks like a pedophile. Dennis also posted a picture of Papa Gut crying when he was talking about the importance of educating for sexual assault survivors and their stories, before putting it on his shirt and selling it as merchandise.
Now, yep, that's some heavy stuff. I mean, that's some twisted shit. And yes, you can hide it with the veil of comedy, and that was Dennis's avenue he took, which obviously, with hindsight being 2020, was not the right way to go. And can you blame a man for just now realizing that? I can't. You know, the man's trying, it seems like. He is really trying. And I'm here to wish every man get better in his life and make the right choices. So I feel like so many people are making these videos now condemning this apology he gives and all this, and it's just not worth it. Look at how far this man has come. I forgot all about this Papa Gut drama. And if he apologizes for this in this apology video, I'm ready to give this man another chance, and I hope others are as well. So you guys know how I brought up earlier if Dennis had apologized for the whole way he acted during the Papa Gut debate, and I believe he did. So the article cites,
But he thought he had gone too far in this situation with Papa Gut. He responded, "I've outlined my intentions. I was joking. Jokes hurt people's feelings. And that's what it is. You crack enough jokes, and you are going to cross a line. It is what it is." As Dennis doubles down and refuses to take accountability for his wrongdoings, there is no doubt that internet users are getting tired of his antics.
I don't know, I take that, in my opinion, I take that as an apology. I feel that he apologized right there. And if not, maybe he'll apologize in this video we're gonna watch a little later on. So that was the Papa Gut. And then after the Papa Gut, what happened? You know, we got the whole KEEMSTAR, we got the Papa Gut. As the article continues on, it cites so much more. I believe it does. Oh, no, I guess it chops it off there. But I can pick it up from there. So after the good old Papa Gut incident, we had the whole Def I Wanna Be a Comedy channel. And as we transition to this, he ditched his old set, ditched everything, said he's not going back to none of that, and then hired a few, let's call them staff members. There was TIANA, Steven, and Corey are the main ones, among others. Well, we come to find out he completely mistreated Tanya, I believe her name was. So let's see if we can find a video about that. So yeah, the first one of the staff that had issues with Def was TIANA, and let's let TIANA say it in her own words what happened with Def.
a few weeks ago. Kind of became a series on TikTok, and a lot of people wanted me to like tell the story of the missing purse. I just got really drunk and I lost it. That's the story. That isn't the first time I lost my purse, which is just crazy to me. But I got a new.
On a side note, before we get to that, good hire in there, Def. If you're hiring people that are openly talking about getting obliterated, drunk, losing their possessions, those are the best hires usually. Am I not? Like, am I mistaken here? I think the ones that get completely trashed and talk about it on social media are always awesome hires. But tell me more about what happened with you and Def Noodles.
New purse. We're good now. So that's the purse thing. I'm unemployed again. I wasn't unemployed this morning, but now I'm unemployed. It's new. The whole job thing, it's kind of a bigger story. Make it short for you guys. I had got a social media assistant job a few months ago that I really liked. I didn't even get to tell you guys about it, but then it turned to shit, and my ex-boss from that job is trying to sue me now. A lot of drama that I don't like to be in. Now he's trying to sue me. Like, I don't know. I got like served with papers at my house. I keep getting threatened by this lawsuit. It turned into a big mess. Now I have to get a lawyer and shit. Bitch, I'm 22. I was just trying to get a social media job, and now I'm in like this big drama lawsuit mess. Being sued by my ex-boss. Just another day in my life. But I had got a new job at a cafe.
So that's TIANA. So can we we can start with TIANA. TIANA was doing her job, and I guess she got a little lippy and outspoken and started speaking out on Def. Def silenced her, quit her, fired her, and then hit her with a cease and desist, and I believe is suing her for a breach of an NDA. That's not a good look, so that piled on to Def. And then on top of all that, we got the issue with Corey and Steven. These were supposed to be his right-hand men. So Corey and Steven, let's look up some footage on that, and we will be right back. So Steven and Corey were the right-hand men of Def Noodles, and it seems like Def Noodles kind of hung them out to dry. We're going to take this to PAIGE CHRISTIE's most recent TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read live stream, and she pulled some footage that was an interview with Steven, and he basically opens up about everything that happened with Def. So I'm going to kick it to footage courtesy of PAIGE CHRISTIE, and I'm sure it's from some other YouTube channel, and I think she plugs them, but let's listen to this. And for those of you who don't know, in your lower left-hand corner, that is PAIGE CHRISTIE, and into the lower to the right, that is Margot Indigo. She's somebody I'm not too familiar with, so if you hear them chiming in, this is their TLDR live, which is Too Long Didn't Read, and they also covered Def not that long ago, so let's take it to them.
How this shit even came about, and to speak on that whole small world thing.
This is the voice of Steven.
Keep in mind, Dennis didn't know anybody in the LA comedy scene.
And that's kind of what I was saying while you were off the call, was like, look, you introduced him to all this shit. You laid the groundwork, blah, blah, blah. So like you were saying, he don't have his feet on the ground. You helped him meet all these people.
Right. So for you just to say, well, I'm sure the people that we're working with know Steven and Dennis, that could happen because it's a small comedy.
We got somebody called Elope Man. Thank you so much for the $2 in chat. I really appreciate it. They said Clout Root Podcast. That's who it is, if anyone is wondering or interested.
Comedy scene.
Okay.
Thank you. I was interested, Paige.
No,
He wasn't your content.
He wasn't in
roast
it at
battle. Lost Digits is somebody that I brought to the space. Now he's running a roast battle there. I brought Lost Digits. I brought him there. I introduced you to him. Same with Kevin Quigley. So essentially, he sent Corey those messages, and simultaneously, he reached out to...
Okay, are you aware who Corey is? Because you're looking a little confused there, hun.
You know I'm like a faceless person, not a named person.
Corey is the big black guy with dreads.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's been at a lot of the roast battles. He's very, very much loved by Def Noodles' audience.
Okay, I've seen him here and there.
He also has a podcast that he runs at the space, and they're going to talk about what the drama and contention was with Corey and Def Noodles, which caused this guy to fall out with him. So let's see.
Like 3 or 4 people that we had on the roast battles to produce their own shows. So why would you, quote unquote, fire Corey, who's been having successful shows for free, producing them for free, making the flyers, promoting them on his Instagram, promoting them on his Twitter, bringing his audience out. Meanwhile, Dennis is not even promoting the shows. Dennis is not even putting the shows out and posting about them.
Really?
Barely even putting it on his Twitter. So all this responsibility is held, at least the last 4 or 5 months, was on Corey alone. And he was successfully bringing at least 50 to 60 people out every Friday, as well as conducting the open mics during the week.
I mean, that's crazy. And when you say you want me to read these messages then, because I feel like with all that, what you just said in mind, then, and then you see this, you hear this, or whatever what he sent, it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Okay, so he's now going to read the message that Def Noodles sent to Corey, essentially firing him for like literally no reason. Listen,
I'm gonna hang on here. Sorry to interrupt the girls here. I'm gonna hang on here with this so you guys can see these texts as well. But I got a whole lot to say about Def and how I feel what his take on this might be. But let's let them finish.
I'm wondering what exactly his reason is, because it sounds like he's a very valuable asset.
I agree.
He doesn't give a
very
reason.
Valuable asset.
And it was like very formal, like not what, like if me and you, like if I was like, hey, Margot, the podcast isn't working out, babe. You know, I love you. What. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be the vibe between me and you. So it's weird the way that
concern.
Yeah, it was very HR.
I feel like I'm eavesdropping on
Best regards, Paige.
So this guy, Clout Root, is going to read out what it is that he said to Corey.
So you don't mind if I read these?
I do not mind. Read the message the way that it is in black and white so everybody can hear what it is, because that's his voice talking to Corey and indirectly talking to me. Because if I'm second in command or whatever, why wouldn't you reach out to me telling me that you're letting go Corey for what reasons? And meanwhile,
that was another thing that I asked him too. Sorry to cut you off, but that was another thing that I asked him too. Is like, why isn't he reaching out? Like, he said he hadn't talked to you, and I was like, well, yeah, if that's your guy, you should be talking to him. You should be talking to him. You obviously made him feel some kind of way, uncomfortable, so you should be talking to him. He should be reaching out to you, is what I'm saying.
Right. No, he didn't.
Anyway, so let me read this. This is from Dennis to Corey, correct?
Right.
So it says, hi, Corey. Hope you're well. Moving forward, all shows and podcast productions you're doing at the studio are suspended until further notice. This is all a weird way to say all this, too. This is like some HR cranked out bullshit or something. I'm sorry, I'll continue. We are doing a New Year reevaluation of all productions, and my assistant will reach back to you at a later time about future opportunities. Stay safe. Peace. And then he says, the latest ep of the podcast you filmed here will be dropped in your folder later today. So this next message, is this following up right after?
Okay.
So all I gotta say on that is very professional, very well handled. You know Dennis is very professional. You get that from the fact that he's handing out lawsuits to Keemstar, handing out cease and desist to TIANA. He's even saying to this Corey guy, sending him a very professional letter letting him know that they're canceling all production on shows. However, here is the footage that you shot in the studio. It will be in your inbox. So you got to give Dennis kudos to his business acumen. Not a lot of people can open up a comedy store, a comedy club, and do it this way. I got to give the man props, but the online community did not like the way he handled this with Steven and Corey. There is so much more to this story. Guys, check out the TLDR live stream on PAIGE CHRISTIE's channel. You can check out this Clout Root podcast where this is all pulled from. It's awesome content, guys. But this is just another one of Dennis Def Noodles moves that got him in trouble with the online community. We all know Salvo Pancakes, right? So as we go further into this, Salvo Pancakes is a name that is gonna be brought up, because during this whole time, Dennis is putting on these roast battles, and he's challenging anybody in the online space to come to these roast battles. You know, he says, pull up or shut up. That was his motto, pull up or shut up to these roast battles. And all it took was a man named Salvo Pancakes. I'm gonna pull some footage right now of this roast battle, which really kind of sealed Dennis's, Def Noodles Dennis. It's at a point where I don't know if he should be going by Def or Dennis. Which character is it? Who are you, guy? But this is what kind of sealed his fate. So let's take it right now to the sad roast battle with Salvo Pancakes. So we're live at the Def Noodles comedy roast, and I know my timeline is a little out of order, but these are all things as a whole, which added to the downfall of Def Noodles. So this is the fateful night with Salvo Pancakes. This is a fan caught footage. Let's take it to it right now. That's Salvo Pancakes on stage. Wow. And as you can see there, it's Corey there trying to split them up. And this just goes to show a man's mental health. At this point, the man is not in the right state of mind to be doing anything. I really wish nothing but the best for Def Noodles and Salvo Pancakes. They both have had their ups and their downs since then. But let's let this is a fan cam footage. You can tell he's not in the right state of mind. Challenging Salvo. It's clear Salvo was in no position to do the things he did. Old school Hollywood would dictate he would get taken out back and get punched in the stomach a couple times, and I guarantee you he would never do that again. But this isn't old school Hollywood. This is Dennis Fatoza's new comedy club. And, you know, as a businessman, he did hire security. He did everything he should do in that instance, except for how he treated and booked the show. And it sounds like some of that was Steven's doing, and we'll never know the true story there. But this is what kind of was the straw that broke the camel's hump, or the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. Nothing good after this came. I mean, seriously, all Def's numbers after this, he's been broadcasting to anywhere from 10 to 15 people. He doesn't have the same fan base, and he finally, I think, got to a point in his therapy and whatnot that he knew what he had to do, and he owed the internet an apology. And by God, we finally got one, and I'm gonna pull that up right now, and let's go straight to that.
Hello folks, hope you're all doing amazing today. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not in the studio right now. I'm currently traveling where only Carmen Sandiego knows. Anyway, I have been thinking about making this video for the last few months. I've been thinking about how to approach the situation, what to say, and I've been reflecting on the events of the last year with my therapist and my friends and family, and needless to say, a lot happened. 2022 was a very eventful year for me, especially the latter half.
So far, so good. The man is being brutally honest, saying it like it is. I think this man is going to give an apology for an entire year. And if that's the case, I've never in my life seen someone say, hey, man, sorry for a whole year of shenanigans. So let's let this play out.
And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that there are a lot of the decisions that I made in the second half of 2022 that I would take back in a heartbeat. I have a lot of regrets. Too many to count in two hands. And I do think that it's appropriate to take some time right now to thank all the people who have stood by me in that whirlwind and hurricane of a situation, as well as apologize to all the people that I have offended. There were, in the middle of everything I was doing, a few situations where I unfairly responded in a way that was unbecoming, and that not only do I regret, but I don't believe fully represents the kind of person that I am.
I agree.
In the middle of everything that was happening, I made a couple of videos where I responded to comments in a very sarcastic and negative way, and essentially attacked people who were looking out for my best interest. At the time, I didn't understand that that's what they were trying to do.
Again, everybody, he's starting to learn. He realized everybody wants their part in the movie, and he was given too much time to those who wanted a part in his movie.
Because I was so caught up in my own insecurity and fear of judgment and losing and death and everything all just wrapped into one.
Wow.
I just couldn't see.
Talk about being real.
People were genuinely trying to help me out of the situation that I was putting myself into. And instead of listening to them and taking the foot off.
You know, as a fellow man, it's amazing how hindsight is always 20/20. Look at this man right now. Look at those eyes. This man is somebody who's been through some pain. And the question is to the fans who added to that pain, how does that make you feel? Does that make you feel good that you made a man, you rubbed a man down this small? You made a man feel this bad? That you shamed him into change? You shamed him into an apology? If that's how you get through life, that's your own issue. But it seems like Dennis is on some kind of journey here. And I, for one, am respectful of that and want to hear more of this apology. So I'm going to shut up now.
The gas pedal, I just slammed it and went face first into a wall. And that didn't help me at all. And I think that I disappointed a lot of people in that time period, in those months, which, as I said, I've been looking back on a lot. And I've been having conversations with people in my chat about this, and they've been helping me understand this whole situation. And
it's cool to see somebody rely on their chat, their true fans, as a support system. Those are the people who are there through the bad times, are awesome, man. Those are the good ones. And I think you've been through the rain long enough now that you know who the real ones are and you know who the fake ones are. I bet you during this whole time, you know, as you're going into this rebuilding phase here, Dennis, I feel that you have a lot to offer. And I feel if you keep this attitude of wanting to improve yourself, I feel the sky's the limit for you. But I'm going to let you finish. It's a 5-minute video. Let's let you finish.
I've been trying to make amends and correct the situation. Reaching out to creators with whom I've had negative interactions with in the past, and now making right.
People are saying it's the Dennis Fatoza, the Deaf Noodles apology tour. Whether you label it that is what is your business. What matters is the words, the emotions behind the words. And I think he's at a point now, not because he's broke or any of that bull crap, but he seems like a man who's genuinely making improvements in his lifestyle. And I know I said I wouldn't interrupt again, but I did. My bad.
This whole situation that I've created within my own fan base. Now, some people are branding this as an apology tour, and I don't mind people calling it that. I know that I've made a lot of mistakes in the last few months. And I know that some people are going to think that some of them are unforgivable. And I have had to learn to live with that this is who I am and these are the mistakes that I've done. And the best that I can do right now is learn from that and keep moving and keep growing and keep showing people what my true character is, because I believe that I'm not that person. I mean, anybody who's been watching me for the last 2.5 years knows that I'm not that person. I mean, I was really going through something, and the best thing I could have done is to take a break from the internet, and I just can't. I have this like compulsion that I just have to keep creating all the time and putting content out there, and it comes from a deep-seated insecurity and fear of death. I've been surrounded by death my entire life, but that's beside the point. I had to learn a lesson, and the lesson has been painfully learned. I think needless to say, if I could go back and redo the whole year, I would 100% redo it. I would not hit the publish button the times that I did. I would not go live the times that I did, or say the things that I said in those moments. I apologize to everyone that I have hurt, everyone that I have disappointed, because I feel like I've disappointed a lot of people.
Wow.
Especially in my fan base. All I can say is that I'm gonna keep working on myself and trying to grow. And I'm sorry I can be such a dumbass.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Other YouTubers need to take note. This right here is how an apology video should be done. I feel this man's pain. I feel that this man has learned a lot. Whether it's because his bank account is not where it used to be or not, you learn different lessons in life for different reasons. And I feel this man has learned some serious lessons, and I will be right there giving this man another chance, because I feel everyone in life deserves another chance. The man has given me way too much entertainment for me just to turn his back on him. This is beyond using poppers on a Twitch stream, which is what another thing he did too, by the way. I forgot to mention. He, poppers, the gay sex drug that you put up your butt. Yeah, he used those on a Twitch stream and got banned. But, see, that's like little stuff that's nothing. But like the Papa Gut stuff, the ability to take criticism, stop being so litigious. I feel people are at this point where they're afraid of you, and you're gonna, not win anybody over with that litigious mindset. I just feel this apology hit every person. I think he covered all of his bases. I think he said it, He even went and told us about his deepest fears in life, talking about his fears of death, which I think we all can relate to on a level. I, for one, am happy to have went down this road. Even reliving it today with you guys for this video reminded me of all these stories that, believe it or good or bad, this man has provided entertainment to so many. So I would like that entertainment to keep on coming. So I'm going to wish him well, and I'm going to keep my subscription to his channel. I encourage anybody who is not subscribed to Deaf Noodles to check him out. He's got that comedy club out in California. Go visit that if you want, patronize him some way, because I'm sure he could use it right about now. But I just wanted to let you guys know that Deaf Noodles is on his comeback tour. And let's wish him well for once, because I know I will be. With that, guys, I'm going to take off here, haven't been making many videos lately. Haven't been on camera. Haven't done anything. It's just been kind of blah, but this is something I wanted to get out, so I got it out. With that, love you guys, and go tell somebody else you love them. All right.